Hi there, hope you're all well and staying safe in these difficult times. A special shout out to our members in Victoria. Please take care and know that we're all thinking of you. Today I just wanted to briefly talk about the conclusion of Series 1 of the Virtual Congress, which was our Regulator Sessions. And not only the four speakers that we had and the panel of advisors that participated, which was outstanding, and a big thank you to all of you for your participation. But we also had the pleasure of interviewing the Minister for Financial Services, Jane Hume, and the Shadow Minister, Stephen Jones. So 6 interviews over a period of about 6 odd weeks. For all members, live and exclusive. But of course, those interviews are available to you as members to relive or to listen to and watch again, or to watch for the first time if you haven't already done so. And I encourage you to do that. To access the Regulator Sessions, you will need to register for Virtual Congress. And I encourage you to do that because not only will you get access to those recordings, but of course you'll get access to the rest of the Virtual Congress, which runs for another 3 months. But look, some quick takeaways for you for those that didn't watch the session, or for those of you who did, here were my sort of key takeaways. Number one, it was great to hear directly from each of those 6 speakers. It was great to hear them confirm that they also agree with us that financial advice is now becoming not affordable and not accessible to most Australians. That financial advice is of national importance and most Australians would benefit from getting professional financial advice, and we need to work out ways to get people access to advice. We heard about the fact that there is a project going on from ASIC at the moment in respect to how to assist the profession with scaled advice. We heard from the Minister talk about the value of single issue advice, and that should be available to more Australians. We also heard about the fact that there's access, or things like accessing the ATO portal would be helpful for advisors if they had access to that as part of their registration with the TPB. And again, something the FPA continues to advocate for. We also heard about issues of tax-related advice, and we also heard about better guidance and support for financial planners in their obligations to not only things like best interests, but of course the FPA standards, FPA Code of Ethics and the standards in which being implemented. I think many of you would agree, of course, that some better clarity and guidance around those standards would go a long way in assisting financial planners providing better advice. So all those things were discussed and many more, some practical tips and takeaway from our panelists as well in respect to what they're doing live and on the ground right now in terms of providing advice to their clients. Issues around the code itself, their experience in sitting the exam, and of course how they're restructuring their practices and businesses. And finally, we heard from the Shadow Minister, Stephen Jones, talk about that during his time in Parliament, there's been a number of inquiries into the affordability of general insurance. And again, he talked about whether now is the right time and whether it's appropriate for there to be an inquiry into the affordable and accessible financial advice. And that's something the FPA will look at very, very closely. Of course, all talked about the FPA's policy platform, which underpins a number of recommendations for improvements and the future direction of the profession. And so that was great to hear all our guests interact with our policy platform as well. So finally, please, if you haven't yet already watched those interviews, I would encourage you to do so and go to fpa.com.au to find out more details and register for Virtual Congress. But until then, please take care, stay safe, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye for now.